பயாலஜி இன் தமிழ் கோர்வை சேனல் சார்பாக அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். என் பெயர் கண்ணதாசன். In this video, I am going to present the concepts microspore and pollen grains, then development of male gametophyte. These are the concepts I am going to present. Before going to observe this video, it is better to see the development of anthers in angiosperm, structure of mature anthers, pollination part 1, pollination part 2, palynology, bee pollen and pollen calendar. These 5 videos will take only 50 minutes for you to cover, and I would like to suggest how to utilize these videos. Take the book and open the particular content page and go through the videos. You just download or save these videos and just start playing and go through the book and also recollect the teacher's teaching, so you will be able to understand as well as register it for a long term memory. Easily you can attend any sort of question, and these are the links given. You can join this group and also you can download the mind maps and pictures, etc., so you can utilize it. Before we enter into this video, if you like this video, please press the like button, share this video to your friend, comment on it, subscribe our channel, press the bell icon to receive notification. Now, the microspore and pollen grain. What are microspore and what are pollen grain? You see the differentiate, you can create the differentiate here. Such situations you can on your own you can create, and you can quote mark also, 2 mark, 3 mark, like that. Okay, now coming to the point, first point. So this is the microspore mother cell. It is present in the microsporangium. It undergoes meiosis and form tetrad. Within the tetrad, what are present are called as microspores. So the microspores are liberated and undergo various changes and form pollen grain. So the pollen grains derived from microspore, first point. Second point, the microspore have protoplast surrounded by a wall with a which is yet to be fully developed. So it is having a wall. It is yet to be fully developed. You see the wall of the pollen grain is entirely different from that of microspore cell wall. Whereas the pollen protoplast consists of dense cytoplasm with a centrally located nucleus. Pollen grains wall intine. So pollen grain consists of two walls. Inner wall is intine, outer wall is exine. Intine, inner wall. The question can be created here. What are the or what is the composition of intine? So neat question. A pectin, B hemicellulose, C cellulose, D callose. Likewise, they can ask the group A, B, C, D are correct, A, B, C correct. Likewise, so that you can create your own questions here. Exine is thick and is made up of, you see, cellulose, sporopollenin and pollen kit. These are the two unique substances, and you see the exine outer dark black color region. It is not uniformly thick. It is one side, one place it is thin, and another place it is very thick. Okay, so this is due to the presence of substances like sporopollenin and pollen kit. Sporopollenin is one of the most chemically inert biological polymer. Inert means inactive biological polymer. It is chemically very stable and is usually well preserved in soils and sediments. So it is able to protect the pollen grains even in the soil. The wall material sporopollenin is contributed by both pollen cytoplasm and tapetum. Both pollen cytoplasm and tapetum. Tapetum is the part of the anther. It is derived from carotenoids, a pigment. It is resistant to physical and biological decomposition. So it is highly resistant. It withstands high temperature, preserve the pollen grain and protects the pollen grain during the journey from the anthers to stigma, and also it is able to protect the pollen grain in the fossil deposits. Okay, then walls, exine, pollen kit. Pollen kit is sticky. It is also known as pollen coat. If the pollen coat question is coming, okay, don't be confused. It is referring the pollen kit only, and it is common in plants that are pollinated by insects because it can attach with the insect's body, so it can be easily transferred to the stigma, and it is formed by tapetum, and it is colored yellow or orange due to the presence of the substance carotenoids and flavonoids. It is an oily layer forming a thick viscous coating over pollen surface. It attracts the insects and protects the damage from UV radiation. You see, at that time the land plants are formed, sporophytes are formed. Okay, the condition in the earth, on the surface of the earth is very hostile. It is not more favorable to the plants. So at that time, in order to protect the pollen grains, the sporopollenin and pollen kit came into existence. Even the ozone layer is absent. Okay, UV radiation. In order to protect it from the UV radiation, these type of substances are developed. Then exine and germ pore. The exine is not uniform in all the places. In some places it is very thin. Exine is very thin. It may be round, that is called as germ pores. Sometimes it may be that thin region may be elongated. It is called as furrows, and it is associated with the germination of pollen grains. The pollen grain form pollen tube through these germ pores and furrows. The sporopollenin is generally absent in germ spores. The surface of the exine is either smooth or sculptured. It means it consists of different designs, rod-like, grooved, warty, punctuate. So it is very specific to the particular species of the plant. So we are able to identify and classify the plants based on this. Shape and size. Shape of the pollen grain varies. It may be globose, ellipsoid, fusiform, lobed, angular, crescent shaped. Okay, so these are the shapes. The size, it may range from 10 micrometers in Myosotis. It is also called the scorpion grasses belonging to the family Boraginaceae, to 200 micrometers in members of the family Cucurbitaceae and Nyctaginaceae. Male gametophyte. Now this is the pollen grain. This is the microspore. From microspore, pollen grain is formed. Okay, so microspore is the first cell of the male gametophyte and it is haploid. The development of male gametophyte take place while they are still in microsporangium. So when they are in the microsporangium itself, the development, it means male gametophyte development started. Okay, the cell undergoes the cell division, dividing nucleus, you see. So two cells are formed, one is vegetative cell and another one is generative cell. A wall is laid around the generative nucleus, resulting in the formation of two unequal cells. So one is larger with abundant food reserves, that is called as vegetative cell, and one is small and it is called a generative cell. So at this two cell stage only, the pollen grains are liberated from the anthers. The male gametophyte, in some plant the generative cell again undergoes a division, in some plants only. So the generative cell form two male gametes. So totally now there are three cells. In some plants, at the three cell stage, the pollen grains are liberated from the anthers. But in 60% of the angiosperm, pollen is liberated in two cell stage. Further, the growth of the male gametophyte occurs only if the pollen reaches the right stigma. So if it is reaching the right stigma, the male further development of the male gametophyte take place by absorbing the moisture from the that is a stigma. The pollen starts swelling. Okay, the intine grows as pollen tube. You see, this is the intine grows as pollen tube. You can see the tube nucleus. The tube nucleus is actually the nucleus of the vegetative cell, students. So you can take note of it. And generative nucleus start dividing and form two male gametes. Okay, two male gametes, otherwise called as sperms. This may happen, okay, after reaching the stigma or in the pollen tube before reaching the embryo sac. Very clear, pollen tube before reaching the embryo sac. So in some plants, generative cell nucleus start dividing when before it is shedding itself, or before it is liberation, or after reaching the stigma, or in the pollen tube but before reaching embryo sac. So this is about development of male gametophyte, student. So this is the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching.